being able to just have Junhao move around and hop right on top of somebody. I'm trying to ignore the obvious in the room here. Protect his buddy. But right now, Junja's got the inside track. We're going to see some fighting in the bottom side as Gala gets bursted out. The flash from Feather, and he's the one to pick up first blood. And now we got to fight over the crab. Big smite going down as Junhao got it. The Tether fears him up, but Junja finds the Thunder Talk bot lane, showing up to cause some problems. Now Hongq taking a little bit of damage, trying to get away, and Thunder Talk will stop the press.
Tick over to that level 6, so let's see. The first paranoia is so important, immediately pings down towards the bottom lane.
Yeah, but guess who's here? Junhao is too. Here's the Twisted Fate ultimate coming down. One in Encore! Hitting 3 members, slowing the advance of JDG.
They can
turn! Comes Rise. Big hook onto Hongq. He's rooted up. He's gonna die shortly. And Junhao got to the backside, getting everybody low. It's time for Haru to deal big damage. Vampire under the turret, but he goes down himself. A stake through his heart. And Thunder Talk are running over JDG. Could be a dive too, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, you've got everybody coming on up towards this camp. It's going to be fully spotted out right here, but I don't know that Thunder Talk's got any real threat. Thunder Talk as well, just going to use that priority that they have to step up to this dragon, and I don't think there's going to be anything that JDG can do. They do have ultis available if they want to go scrap, but nobody's low health at this point from Thunder Talk. Haru needs to be careful.
He does walk up, he hits a gold card to the face. On and Feather looking to...
Junhao's also kind of just sat around. This is all the pressure being put down. You are now keeping the rest of your lane so much safer.
Alright, here comes Hongq trying to show up top for Keshi here. Keshi gonna give himself a shield, but he got gold carded. Now he's just gonna go for it on Xiaoshu, and the 2v1 with the flash. He still has it in the back pocket.
He lives!
Does he let us know he falls? But he ends up trading, and his jungler shows up to pick up the pieces. A 2-for-1 for Thunder Talk. Thunder Talk, they're moving like they were moving in the walkouts. Look where everybody is. The togetherness is great. Junhao getting hit by an arrow. The lights are going to go out. They're going to try to get on the backline. Gold card is going to land on the Seraphine, who gets cleansed.
Big equalizer.
And there's that equalizer. It's huge. Xiaoshu is burning Thunder Talk away. And JDG find a fight win, but guess who? It's Keshi coming through, but he's got to dash away because his entire team was dead. A wasted teleport. Maybe a turn on a Hongq. Pretty good hook by Feather, but he runs out of health. And now Keshi says, it's go time, baby. Hongq's the first to fall. Keshi is tanking everything up. Haru's now trying to frontline. He's forced to flash away. And Thunder Talk trying to salvage something out of what was a very poor fight.
Yeah, that was beautiful right here out of Xiaoshu. Really nice to land that equalizer across multiple people. I mean, this is a pre-first item rumble, and it was still burning people alive.
League of Legends, in my opinion, and you know, when you see a Seraphine team fight with it and fight without it, it is night and day, as you literally saw there with that Nocturne ultimate. The good news for Thunder Talk is they still have map control, and they were able to take this Herald up top, even though they lost the second dragon.
And just losing out onto one dragon, not the end of the world, as we are just going to get a little bit of a hook here onto Vampire. Doesn't actually get hit with the double beat drop, so should be able to walk away.
He threw everything at him, but he's still alive. The public execution missed on the backline. Keshi in the 4v1 finds a kill, but he goes down. Equalizer going down as well, and Junhao in a 4v1 gets a kill for himself. He gets locked up, and it's a double kill for Hongq, but somehow Thunder Talk go 2-for-2 in this play.
Yeah, and they're going to be able to keep pushing through in the top lane. Haru is a big chunk of this team's damage at the moment, and he's just not here. Pretty good sign, actually, for Thunder Talk that they're able to make this play happen. It all starts with trying to make a play catch onto Vampire. Thunder Talk pretty split in terms of where that gold is at. Junhao with the biggest lead over his opponent. Hongq, though, absolutely rolling in this game. Very close to having that Rod of Ages fully stacked.
Rift getting used in the mid lane. It's going to be a mid lane tier 1 turret, and Thunder Talk going to look for a second charge here, getting some good damage there. It's going to be stronger than the average Twisted Fate at this point in time, and you might see it pay off here, even with the boots. They throw everything at Haru, and it's Hongq that claims a shutdown. He's going to fire it. It's going to land on a Feather. Not exactly who you're looking for. So a big cooldown already out. But now here comes Twisted Fate along with Nocturne. Junhao in the back of the pit trying to tank up a lot of damage. He flashes away, but Haru's stuck around. He's got a flash. Encore lands onto a couple. And now it's a war on two fronts as Keshi gets into the middle of things again. It is starting to chop down JDG. It's a double kill for the Thunder Talk top laner. And Junhao's coming in over the top along with a realm warp from Haru. That means it's a triple kill for Keshi as they run roughshod shot over JDG, and there's pings on the Baron, Bloxer.
That should be Baron right here, with 3 members dead, jungler included. ThunderTalk just find their team fight, and it looks to be an interesting spot for JDG. They're able to get on top of Heru. He has to flash back away over the pit wall. The dragon grabbed by JDG at least, but things looking great from ThunderTalk, with the Baron in their inventories too.
Game fully back in ThunderTalk's hands once they hit those spikes.
Arrow immediately McHale's away. This mid lane tier 2 will fall. The top lane tier 2 on a massive siege as well, and the gold lane continues to expand out.
Doing a pretty good job of syncing up those waves there, just forcing Hankyu up top, flinging spells. You know that An can throw him out there with the best of them, lands a double root along with an encore on top of it. This might be the fight they want to go in. This is a damn good equalizer, but it doesn't matter. Everybody's locked up on the side of JDG.
There they go.
Out, and it looks like ThunderTalk's gonna be home. Hook goes down as well, and Gala and Hankyu can only watch as their team is torn apart.
Yeah, they're now going to be able to continue this siege on. Gala cannot step up in this situation. You're going to lose out onto this mid lane tier 3 tower. The inhibitor soon to follow as well. And just beautiful encores through. Arn kicks this game off with an encore down in the bottom lane on an aggressive JDG play. And he may well have just secured the victory for ThunderTalk 20 minutes later.
Top inhibitor turret is now under siege after the middle inhibitor has gone down. Respawn's going to be coming up in just a few moments, so ThunderTalk are not going to overstay their welcome. They will allow that top lane inhibitor to live.
JDG, more importantly, they're kind of just waiting to get that next Baron. As you said, their actual ability to hit towers, not very strong, so they are going to be reliant on the Baron to be able to win this game.
Nearly an 8,500 gold lead here at the 26-minute mark is... outside of a couple of good fights from JDG, this has been all ThunderTalk, as they're going to even up the Dragons at 2 apiece and try to keep JDG further and further away from any sort of...
Factor.
Listen, sometimes you got to get 2-0s. Those are the best ones to get.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're going to try to make a play onto Keshi here. He's going to flash away, and they throw everything at this guy again. He's shielding up. He's going to drop that public use execution on the backside. Teleport's coming in. It's going to be On trying to save him. There's a flash encore landing onto a couple. Keshi's still alive, but guess who's not? JDG! Down goes the top laner. Down goes the mid laner, and I think down goes JDG as ThunderTalk push mid. Stop this one. Gala is 1, 2, and 4. He's got 3 items, sure, but I don't know. You're going to need 8 items to try to fight your way out of this one, and instead, he dies on the steps of his fountain. Blood in the water. Vampire will live, but ThunderTalk will close out a very clean Game 1 here over JDG.
Barring one team fight where things go pretty well for JDG, where they get a magical equalizer and the decision-making out of ThunderTalk isn't quite there, has been all over our maps recently, but instead is going to be in the top side. And I like this. As much as you're not happy about the Victor alongside the Vi, I really like the Camille alongside the Vi. And on the up here for ThunderTalk, and what a story that would be.
All right, here comes Junja. This is exactly what we said was needed here. Feather with a good Bard portal to... He did get tethered. He will have to run very quickly. He's got no flash. And this was a great first gank here from Junja. First blood goes over to him, and this is exactly what the doctor ordered for JDG.
Nearest quickly and cut them off, because the counter ganks were just killer to JDG in the previous game.
Keshi has a level advantage right now, but Xiaoshu is going to exhaust him. The hook shot to get away. Xiaoshu flashes forward. Keshi's got the ignite. Does not have the gumption to stand up to Xiaoshu.
Hook shot to get himself out, and that ward that was placed down by Hankyu is going to spot out onto Junhao if he goes and clears his camps.
Keshi, I don't think he has this hook shot. He is going to get this shield. Here goes
nice.
Flash! Q!
Boom.
Xiaoshu down! Keshi lives!
Yep.
As a huge breath of life into ThunderTalk early. But the better news about this is not only is it a dragon, but it is an ocean dragon, which is one of the best first dragons to get.
As you said, the grub's going to be very important, and JDG roaming towards those first.
Yep, they've pushed up their vision line, they've moved their members up, but now we see pings going onto the top lane. Keshi desperately trying to get to the wall. He does get exhausted. He manages to get to his side of the turret. Junhao is here to try to save the day again, but this time it's Xiaoshu who gets the kill, and Junhao finds himself in a 3v1 and taken down by Akali. JDG first to the play, first to the kills, and gonna pick up the grubs.
And that...
Now, the good news for Thunder Talk is it's not all doom and gloom. Keshi is going to get a Trinity Force, which is an incredibly strong item. On's also going to get a Trinity Force at some point. You cannot continue. So, hey, he got the flash out. This is a win for Keshi.
Indeed it is. It makes him a little bit safer as he goes on forwards. Obviously, he does have the Ignite as well. So, with him resetting, able to teleport back into lane, going to get a full push on through. Over on the other side of the map, of course, JDG going to be able to pick themselves up their second Drake of the game, and now could potentially look for a gank here. Honky has run down.
Right on top of Gala. He's exhausted, flashes over the wall, but he's gone golden in a bad way. It's Feather picking up that kill. Now
TP.
It's another 3v3 as Junhao is getting chopped down by Honkyu and will not be able to survive. Honkyu maybe once on, he's forced to flash away as Haru loses Honkyu in the shroud.
Oh, the stun!
Feather, but the perfect execution gets him out. Keshi and Xiaoshu go at it. Keshi is a level up, but still can't stand up to Xiaoshu. Be a tough decision for them to make. If I were them, I would avoid it.
Yeah, most likely going to be the option here is Keshi once again under threat. He's going to get dove.
Okay, he is going to get rooted. He still does have the Sextech ultimatum. He's exhausted. He's going to look for Junja, but he is going to go down as a play on the bottom side by Thunder Talk. No answer there. So JDG will work on this top side.
Yeah, and it's going to be this tower, or at least most of it, going on down to the side of Thunder Talk, so they're at least getting something back on the other side, but it is going to be first tower picked up for JDG as well. And you can see also push coming through in the mid lane too for JDG. They're really making it work across the entire map right here. Nice to see that they have been so proactive, getting the Rift Herald 2 on top of everything.
I'm curious, Bloxer, and I want to know your opinion on this. It appears that Thunder Talk just valued getting more gold into Haru as opposed to trying to fight with this triple Trinity Force spike. They leave Keshi out for dead on the top side of the map. They give up the Herald. What do you think of that? Because I am very much against it. And with a Dragon already up, JDG can put themselves on Soul Point, especially with Junhao showing top. So now they're going to go help out Keshi to take this top turret and be a split push force. But JDG on Soul Point, 16.5 minutes into this game. We talk about allowing like a champion, a late game champion like a Victor to scale. The same goes for a Sivers. He has been unbothered. And somebody who has been bothered quite a bit is Keshi. He is going to stare at these roots coming right at him, but his buddy Feather might be able to save him for the moment. Hextech ultimatum goes down. There's no further fight for JDG, although they might actually be able to find Feather here, who ends up on the wrong side of things, and it's Gala picking up the kill. Honkyu wants a little bit more. He's under no threat as the Herald gets another crash, and JDG descending like a pack of wolves, chopping down this turret.
Yeah, they're going to be able to pick up 2 towers right here, and they even managed to teleport Honkyu out into the mid lane to stop Arn from being able to pick that one up.
Flank.
Yeah, now they want to
go for
this play.
TP. This is their chance if they want it, but Haru is taking a lot of damage because Gala is just not afraid to go right at him. On over on the side of the wall dealing with Honkyu. This means Haru is dead, and the rest of Thunder Talk are just put on the opposite side of where they wanted to be.
Bring this Olaf in. I don't know that you can step up to this one, but you can't afford to give away the soul.
We'll see if Junhao can steal it. Vampire is going to spot him out. 5,000 HP and dropping as Thunder Talk are trying to take purchase into this river, but you always have to deal with those pesky saplings. Meanwhile, Honkyu on the backside, grabbing the attention of Thunder Talk in the pit. Junhao going in, steals it away.
Steals it.
Now can Thunder Talk get out? Guess what? Olaf's running right at you, and he's going to go over the wall. He took a magical journey. The Berserker going through, chopping down Haru too. On has to flash away. Keshi's out of there. Thunder Talk get the prize, but at the cost of 2 members of their team.
Playing out this game pretty slowly. They are beginning to get towards some more items that can help them out, that can make things work for them, right? Still desperately waiting. There we go. Leandri's just now going to be completed for Haru. Yeah. Yeah. Just such a rough spot to be in right here for Thunder Talkers. Again, all the setup already here. Keshi, he does have the teleport available, though it looks like he's just going to try to walk his way down. They need to be pretty quick, though. You can burst through this Drake very fast as JDG.
Dragon has been started up. It's at 5,000 HP and getting lower. Ezreal's going to help out a little bit. And Junhao lying in wait, ready to go over the wall. Here come the roots. That Q's going to time out. Dragon's at 2,000 and it goes down And here goes
my
Hongyu,
God.
and Haru goes down. Junhao going to be the next target with a perfect execution. The exhausted Hongyu, but he goes golden, cancels out Keshi's ultimate, and Gala's bouncing blades with a beautiful flash means that Thunder Talk are just falling apart at the seams. It's Jindong Gaming finding 4 kills, finding that soul, and maybe finding a Game 2 win.
That should be the game right here. Only a single member remaining. No Baron buff even going to be needed in this situation as they push straight through the mid lane. JDG gonna send us to a game number 3.
Tough for Thunder Talk if it is truly the end of this game, and it looks like it might be. Haru's coming up in 7 seconds. You really need these 2-0s when you are at a -7 game differential. JDG looking for the end, and with 10 seconds on multiple targets, it does not look like Haru will be able to stop this. The minions are still alive. The final turret will fall, and Jindong Gaming not up the series at 1 apiece.
Off the back of such an impressive game out of Thunder Talk, just lack of damage is really a good point here for JDG. Yeah, you're going to have some coming out from your Renekton, some coming out from your Galio and your Jarvan, but really it is going to be on Gala to be able to carry this game through, and he hasn't really shown us that. He didn't really get anything done during game number 1. He got pushed in quite heavily.
Going to be opportunities for Junja to do something about it, especially on Haru and On's starting to get around to being halfway up. Well, Junhao has opportunities himself. Keshi flashes away. Slice, dice, dead. Xiaoshu, solo kill on the top side.
There we go. Junhao is going to arrive as well, though, looking to turn this one back around. Going to get those strikes off and pick up the kill 1 for 1 in the end.
Talk have started up this dragon, and they've brought all 4 members from the bottom side over to it. They are on a ward. The rend is not perfect, but Junhao will claim the dragon and then the crab immediately after anyway. And is just trying to absorb every blow. Bloxer Feather is almost level 6 here. On had to cancel his recall as Vampire making some sneaky plays. The exhaust goes down on the Vampire, but here comes Galio from the skies on that grand entrance. Junja has this Cataclysm. They are not level 6. Good flash from On. He gets a bailout, but he will die alone, and Feather will too. It's a double kill for Gala that does get traded back by the turret and Feather. Hongyu is going to walk into turret range real soon with the Justice Force. The failed flash, but On still gets the credit for it. Them away from Xiaoshu, who has largely been dominating Keshi. This is a pretty good pickup for Thunder Talk. Junja maybe wants to get in. It's going to be 2 over to Thunder Talk. They will exit out on the top side of the map.
Indeed, they will. Just gonna run away. No need to stick around for too long.
Junhao's gonna look to clear out this control ward and just gonna throw that Demacian standard in. Is gonna go in for the knock-up here. It is a 1v1 currently, and they flash Cataclysm. Here comes the Galio over the top as well. Fate's call, just trying to get them away, but the taunts go down. On bleeds out. Gala going deep for Feather is gonna be able to find him, and now it's Gala versus Haru, and that's a fight that Gala's gonna win every time. Keshi's in the middle of 4, and he goes down to Xiaoshu. It's a huge win for JDG. 4 for nothing, and they get the dragon to boot.
Man, that's such an unbelievably sexy start to this fight right here. Out of Junja.
And the Herald will be started up. Bloxer, do you think Thunder Talk are going to contest? I see a lot of pings descending. When you have the hostile takeover, sometimes you got to go for it. Keshi off on the side, being marked, split from the rest of his team.
TP.
Here comes the teleport in as well. It's going to be Haru landing, and on the backside, Galio has that hero's entrance if he wants it. Vampire looking to get 6,000 HP. Thunder Talk not really putting a whole lot of damage on it. Junhao is taking a lot of damage here. The top laners are top laning. A good engage here onto Junja. Hostile takeover only lands onto 2. Hero's entrance knocks up Junhao, but he's able to flash away for the moment. They have to do a lot of damage to Hongyu.
Whoa,
and
Gala!
They just don't have it. Gala went in. He finds a kill, but is taken down and shut down by Keshi. And now it's On trying to clean it out. He's in the back of the pit, but Honkyu's right on top of him. But he's got these gluttonous greaves, and he's healing up. Xiaoshu immediately eviscerates him. Slices and dices on the Feather, who flashes away, but is knocked up himself. And Keshi, the boss, can only walk away as he did not give health care to the rest of his team. And JDG win the fight and take the Herald.
It's close, it's back and forth, but in the end it's going to be 4 kills going over to JDG, the Herald as well. And it's all messed up by Thunder Talk.
And showing up again when his team needs him the most. 3-1-3. Very well played fight for him. JDG, drop the Herald mid, get a couple plates, leverage that into this Ocean Dragon. 2 dragons to 1 here.
Just hasn't been able to get involved in this game, hasn't been able to put a mark onto this one really at all. And ThunderTalk, the map's going to keep getting closer and closer in on them. 5,000 gold down at this point, losing towers across the board as well. Gee, they just need to keep it a buck. They don't really need to change anything at this point. They've got plenty of pressure on these lanes, and anytime ThunderTalk have tried to be proactive, things have gone wrong.
Imperial Mandate picked up for Honku, or as you might call it, Imperial Mandem. Teleport coming in for Haru on the top side is they're really going after Keshi now. Balls on him. Shockwave only lands on the 1, but they have to get to Xiaoshu. He heals up so much.
Oh
the
my
hostile
God.
takeover is pretty good, but On got knocked up, and On's gonna go down himself. The front line from JDG is too strong. The Pop Blossom is just for show, but it's Gala picking up a double kill.
Mind.
Gala?
They're at least going to check to see if ThunderTalk are awake. Gala is fully tanking this, but I mean, they can't step up at this point, right? You're finally going to get a ward over the edge of the pit in a second right here from Haru, I think, but okay, they are going to pull off of this one. I think they could have finished that.
JDG, what? This is why JDG
Okay.
is 5-6. Hold that thought. There's that Pop Blossom we were looking for. And only one member gets hit with the hostile takeover. Gala gets Shockwave, but he stands tall, and he gets to the back line, and he's right on top of Feather, who gets stunned and cut down. Another double for Gala, and he might be looking for a triple, but Keshi will shut that down. But the rest of JDG will avenge their fallen member. Pings on the Baron. Another huge fight for Jin Dong Gaming.
It's going to be a much slower Baron than it was with the Kai'Sa available to them, but still, the Baron nonetheless. As you said, right, a bit of a weird decision to pull off of the Baron, but clearly knew they had an angle to go for a fight. And Vampire heard you. He heard you insulting his Pop Blossoms. Here you go.
And does not die. That's how you know the game is in a very sorry state. ThunderTalk descending upon Xiaoshu, looking for a new pair of Croc skin boots. Couple teleports going to be coming in. Haru is going to be the one who lands first. Xiaoshu flashes away, still desperately trying to take this man down. The Dominus gets popped. He slices, he dices, he's still alive. Taunt goes down, but a great buffer on the Justice Punch means that Honku escapes. And look what's happening mid lane.
Yeah, you're just losing out on the rest of the map. Now they're going to desperation go for this Drake. They might get the Drake in this situation, but the collapse is coming through.
5v4. Flash!
There we go.
There are the knockups! Huge fight opportunity! Gala is free hitting and very healthy. Ults to the backside, but Keshi's been a big thorn in his side, and he will survive this time around. It's another double for Gala.
And this game looking like it's well and truly over. Baron empowered minions. You've only got Junhao left available. And the push coming through in the mid and the bot lane. JDG, they may well have done it. They may well have got themselves back to 500 and putting themselves in the hunt for one of these top spots right here in the league.
And it just looks like another ThunderTalk series where they get ahead, they get a good win, have somewhat of a competitive game, and then they just run out of gas. They just fall flat in one of these games. Now 2 of these games, really.
He has
ThunderTalk trying to get to this Baron here. We're going to need a really good hostile takeover. Honku's flanks have been so good, just attracting the attention of ThunderTalk, while Gala continues to auto the Baron. Keshi now walking up. ThunderTalk looking to group up together. On just trying to chase off Honku for the moment. Yes, he is very low. Shockwave lands onto a Blossom is huge! Gala backline! Everyone on JDG eviscerates ThunderTalk! The skies are clear! No more Thunder! Jin Dong Gaming! Put an exclamation point on this series. We'll go to 6-6. We'll lock themselves a playoff spot by felling ThunderTalk 2-1.
Beautiful, beautiful Pop Blossom right there. You said that Vampire hadn't been finding too many big ones. Well, there you go. And the whole squad capitalizes on it. The team fight is over in an instant. A 29-minute victory right here. JDG, they do it.
I don't mind the Jace, but I think that it makes the comp really hard. So I am with you that it does kind of put you in a really uncomfortable position. You've got Ezreal, Jace, Karma, which is very low commit, really trying to poke you out. Both teams feeling pretty comfortable to play this very slow. Bit of action in the bot lane, and here comes a Ghost and ult.
Bertle
Okay.
flashing forward, should be able to kill Bin here, and will. Does not get answered
Wow.
by the tower shot, and that is first blood to LGD.
I mean, I was talking earlier about being critical of Bin, and I agree with you that he was doing well in the lane, and I wouldn't have been able to spot that at all, that there was a solo kill angle around the corner, but Bertle definitely did. No flash on Bin, and Bertle just runs him down, building up that advantage to about a 500 gold lead now.
Just came up, but the flash from Bin immediately expended to get away from Bertle, having to respect
Wow.
this Olaf, and Bertle going to sidestep
Bin's
this again.
dead.
Now Bin overextended, has Hung ganking his lane. This could be Bin going down once more, goes for the answering kill though, and will take down Bertle. 1-for-1 in the top lane for BLG.
EP in from Tonga to the bot side. Viper is so far forward, he has no idea.
He literally just doesn't even know. Nobody's even pinged it. He's going to find out just now, and at this point, on my screen, Viper's already dead. Work out really well.
I think they are.
No flash, no ult. Bin out of options. Big wave crashing underneath the tower. Xiaoya is going to get in there with the ult, and Bin does not get to play any League of Legends today. That was a uninteractive moment for him. Now in the bot lane, first tower is going to go over to BLG, so a lot of the gold that they got off that kill answered, but Knight could go down
Wow.
with it. Tangyuan
What?
picks up the kill, and BLG, they go for a little too much.
Yeah.
We'd expected the comp to be scary. Are they going to be able to pull that off? Bin going to get chased down by Bertle right now. Public execution, not going to get him out to safety, and unfortunately against an Olaf, you just don't really get to play the game.
Wow. Yeah, I know that Olaf is pretty good, but having a great time. 1,000 gold up. He needs to convert this into more than just lane push. We'll see in a moment here. But very likely they could get a very powerful soul and bring Bertle in for the team fights. And I think it's going to be a real while. Okay, it's Ocean Soul, never mind.
And finding a pick hasn't really worked in BLG's favor so far. In fact, the picks have belonged almost entirely to LGD. I guess the nice thing about Olaf is that he can't CC you, so Realm Orb is going to go off. How much that'll save Knight?
He's not
It'll
allowed
be a matter
to.
of time, though. That is a flash from Hong to execute the rise right into the hands of Bertle once again. A 3-1 Olaf and a Lee Sin that's getting active.
Well, 2,000 gold lead. With this comp, they can really start to run you down.
Such a sharp contrast to the early stage of the game as well, when it seemed like BLG...
Trinity Force Mana Moon Spike is scary. Akali's really scary at this point before she can get locked down. Xiaoya's Corby does have flash. No, he's just dead. Oh,
Gonna flash away.
See,
Actually, with the
no
heal,
damage from
manages
Viper.
to be safe.
Viper now no barrier means that this is an absolute no-go barrier, and even more than it was before. So, Roa gets completed for Knight. He gets his extra level up on Tangyuan, and Seraphs isn't far off. So it'll be soon when BLG are feeling confident enough to fight. But right now is absolutely not. And this is where LGD need to keep pushing forwards.
Want to solve that problem pronto. Already popped the Rift Herald around here a couple minutes ago, but Bertle just gonna face tank on a Knight, pick up the mid lane tower, and get an even stronger advantage for LGD. This one not even about the gold, but really about the mid lane unlocking so much more presence that they can have, that Hong and Tangyuan especially can put themselves in around the rest of the jungle. Perfect example of it right here is Tangyuan finds On. And On, he's got nowhere to go. It's not his jungle anymore.
But LGD, with that chunk out, they feel confident. That's Realm Orb for Vision. BLG will know. So they have an answer here.
Teleport is actually a good objective. LGD can back away from this right now, but they want to stick on the Baron, even as Bin has joined the fight.
Getting
Bertle's gotta
sketchy.
play frontline here, but Hong trapped inside the pit, literally. It's going to take a little while. Shun tries to stay in for as long as he can, but Tangyuan forces him out. Tangyuan actually leaves the pit himself.
Whoa!
The Baron is the one that goes golden. Shun recommits and finishes off Tangyuan. Now, with the ult connecting from Bin, BLG seem to have turned the fight right in time. Hong's going to safeguard out once again, but the Baron is still leaf. Shun wants to finish the fight. BLG are doing two objectives at once, and Bertle, forced to flash away, will not be able to finish his own. 3 members of LGD left standing, but the Baron below half HP, having recovered a little. BLG really want to finish this off. Hong gonna look for the smite over the wall. 3k, 2k left on the Baron, but the Sonic Wave expires. Hong needs to get over once again. Lands it, goes into the pit, but does not secure the Baron. BLG, 24 minutes into the game, reverse their fates, win the team fight, and take the Baron. What are we doing?
Look at the golden mid and bot now after those, like, 1 kill each.
Gets seeded in a big way by LGD. Do they recognize that, though, or do they want to go for a little bit more? Trap plan's already laid out by BLG. The Dragon taken by Shun. LGD show up to the fight, but don't actually take it. It's difficult for them to find a way to fight into the Baron as well, into the strength. I think you might leave it. We'll see what LGD choose to do, but no Rabadons completed. Knight is going to flash away, takes the very magical journey, and BLG get away with the Dragon. LGD not quite able to find an angle outside of the one that Hung tried to create, but Bertle is doing his best to find one as well. Shun being chased down by Bertle right now is going to commit to the fight.
We gotta go
leaving
Baron.
the rest of his team to escape. And
Bin's going to TP in. BLG do not want to give this over, even though they're down their jungler.
BLG going to try and fight this. Tongyuan over the wall, but not really on an aggressive flank angle. Is just going to get a little bit of vision as the Baron goes down. BLG
now sieging the bot tier 2. Now it's going to take half his HP. LGD need to make impact on the map with this Baron. They need multiple towers off.
Public execution comes through onto Hung, locking down the Lee Sin, safeguard over the wall for him. Xiaoya getting out of the Tempered Fate, and LGD playing around the edges of BLG's vision. Now finally are going to commit as they lose Crisp, making that a very awkward fight indeed. Realm Warp for 4 onto Xiaoya. LGD get their AD carry blown up, but now you've got an Olaf, you've got an Akali in your backline, and Tongyuan and Bertle strike back. The most outplay potential on the Rift, and the most brainless champion to go with it. Run you down, and LGD complete the ace 33 minutes into the game.
What the hell was that? I think the game's over. LGD just won. What happened? Tongyuan and Bertle just absolutely tore BLG in half. Viper with a triple kill. So much damage on this Caitlyn, but like you said before, the outplay potential on the Akali is too much. That Realm Warp in ends up being a Realm Warp to lose screen for BLG as LGD, they win it!
Nexus exposed. On's gonna watch this happen, and against all odds, but with
I think that BLG's draft is good. I like Ash Seraphine, I love Vi, but LGD just have that flair to it. I like the new Poppy, I'm excited to see what that does, and I think it's great this draft. I think should work.
Hung went on the invade last time. This time is getting invaded and killed.
He's just dead.
Why did he just stand there? Is he?
Or Cassante champion, gonna be able to find some
God.
all-in angles. This hawk shot is perfect.
Even though it gets spotted, though, I don't know if it can be stopped. On likely dead. Just gonna try and deny the assist from Hung by making it underneath the tower. Poppy not gonna get anything. Hung denied value for his time, but still a kill going over to LGD. A win for them.
Getting that ult online early can be very... She's a full level up. Going for this Raptors invade too. Crisp is trying to cover.
Hung is here as well, so as Crisp gets the stun, Hung should be able to slam Shun into the wall, but a nice flash from Shun does get him out of that flash from Tongyuan, though, to finish him off, and the Vi, who started the game so well, now goes down early and on, only level 2, likely going to go down here as well. BLG are trying to get the most value possible for their time, but they overextend and lose a huge advantage.
This Dragon at all. He's run so far to stop Shun taking it.
Don't know if he's going to be able to. On and Viper have priority to rotate up. Hung does find a slam into the wall, does not find the smite, but LGD look for the fight immediately after. Hung low, being chased down by Knight, and Shun gonna flash up the wall, while Crisp forces the flash out of Viper. On, getting chased down by Tongyu on this rumble, ready to incinerate, and Shun in his line of fire once again is gonna get burned to a crisp. Double kill picked up for Tongyuan, and Knight in the pit does have an easy way out. Nobody's gonna focus that. Viper gets out underneath the tower, and LGD win the fight. They're going to look for a little more. Knight slammed into the wall. They actually could kill him here. Flash from Crisp as well to secure the kill. And Tongyuan picks up another. That's 3 kills for Tongyuan in the river. 6 minutes into this game. The rumble is massive. Void Grubs as well. This is uncontested. This is on vision, granted. But LGD are making a strong argument for a 2-0 against the strongest team in the league.
I don't think that BLG are making unforced mistakes by any means. I think that LGD are genuinely playing a really good game on this Poppy so far. Tongyuan's gonna get found, but who's finding who?
Yeah, I'm not sure who's getting the smoke here. Flash away from Tongyuan. Crisp is on the way, but is going to get stunned, unable to help his mid laner. So a shutdown going to Shun. Hung would really like to punish that, and Crisp certainly happy to help him. Going to give this kill over to Xiaoya. Ultimately, the 1-for-1 still pretty good for LGD, but Shun getting a shutdown is a nice bonus to the BLG roster. Have your opposite number take the MVP in game 1, but we return to the Dragon, where BLG were uncomfortable last time, look to be a little uncomfortable again. Shun does not get stunned into the wall, but gets stunned 3 billion other ways. Xiaoya gonna pick up the kill, and LGD, having slain the jungler, now have free reign to do whatever they want. They can let the Dragon reset, they can continue the fight, and it looks like they are gonna take the first option, moving back down to the bot lane.
Lose this Dragon, so it'll be 2 Dragons to BLG. Gold advantage of LGD, but BLG have the Dragon advantage. It's a Cloud Soul this game, which is...
I'm not even sure they win the 1v1, as Bertle still drops the exhaust. Orc incomplete. Flash slamming into the wall from Hong is going to kill Bin, though. LGD give their top laner a little TLC.
Going for this Herald. I don't know if LGD are going to let that happen.
Here comes the teleport. Signs point to no. Hung finds a double knock-up. Flash and the Encore and the Root deletes Hung instantly, though. And with Bin teleporting in, plenty of HP to get melted through by LGD. At least the Rift Herald will go over them. Bertle's in the back line, though. He's going to get ulted and ultimately taken down by BLG. As LGD look to continue the fight. Xiaoya picks up the kill. Tongyuan goes golden. Shun needs to kill this AD carry and cannot. LGD managed to take the fight, lose the Herald, and I think they're all right.
Hold on.
No, Xiaoya's dead.
He's dead.
Xiaoya's
the
alive.
movement! Oh! So close.
Should have been.
At least get away and then probably lose this turret in top lane. Doesn't have the equalizer, so won't be able to clear the way, but he's 10 seconds away. That's a bit unfortunate. TP in bot lane. I think Bertle's just
They're
okay.
soul unbound, and there's no backup on the way here. Bertle would have to play absolutely perfectly to live there, and he does not have the opportunity to.
Probably won't be able to join us. This is Cloud Soul Point going over for nothing.
Concerning for LGD to have lost that. BLG should be the team that we're looking at and going, they have the advantage. I think the results of Game 1 are skewing my perspective here, making me think, oh no, BLG, you know, they're still going to get outscaled. This is still rough, but at least as of right now, both we and LGD, I think, should be on the same page that BLG are very strong, very scary, and could easily win this game unless LGD do something about it.
They're trying to. Herald summoned.
All going to connect from On. That is a dead Hung. Nobody there to back him up, and now Shun does commit towards the front lines. Ends up popping into the Rift Herald as well. Still numbers advantage. He's looking for the knockups and the crash into the turret. He's only going to get one as Tongyuan shows up for the fight. Equalizer right on top of On is going to melt this Seraphine. Tongyuan still ready with the Flame Spitter as well. LGD have managed to manufacture a winning team fight out of a numbers disadvantage. Largely credit to the Equalizer.
Engage from Crisp and Tongyuan goes
forward.
Gets the cleanse out of Viper. I think Bertle and Crisp, they're together linking up quite nicely, but
play out with Jhin on them. More than the meta would dictate. And there is a significant likelihood that we see this Jhin just become unstoppable as the game goes on.
Jungler, the rest of LGD are ahead in terms of gold, mostly.
We've seen LGD throw these. Crisp over the wall is going to be the one if anything, to look for the engage. Enchanted Crystal Arrow comes out again onto Hung, and again, Encore is going to connect. However, with Bin now in the middle of LGD, they managed to at least eliminate him. That is now a big numbers advantage for LGD, who continue the Baron and the fight at the same time. Knight, unable to do much, is going to get stunned up twice, thrice, and deletes 2 people. Knight claws a winning team fight back, but as the Baron goes over to LGD, will they even be able to escape with it? Shun's back in the fight. Hung's running for dear life, and he might be the only one to escape as Tangyuan rockets past him with the teleport. 2 Barons will make it out, but BLG do manage to win the fight.
Turtles up in 2, does have TP.
Likely
Dragon's
being
burning
decided
fast.
here. Nobody gets kicked out. Hung's gonna have to go for the smite fight on it. He does not secure it. BLG managed to get the soul. They can get out now, even leaving Bin. But do they want to commit to the fight? Viper certainly does. He's walking up to it, and Tangyuan gets deleted. Bertle looks for Bin in the river, but he's not able to find him. And Viper should be able to chase the rest of the team down. Knight opens things up with the Between Worlds, slows landing. Shun even connecting onto Crisp, and it'll be another pick going over onto BLG. Bertle looks for an entry into the back line and gets eviscerated. Hung is the last Baron left standing from previously, but LGD have lost everything else. 2 fights in a row. Is it too much to lose?
And Tangyuan's had a great game on the Rumble so far, but I'm starting to think, was this swap worth it? 1k lead and doesn't really do a whole lot in the fight. Hung misses the ult, loses the smite fight. Tangyuan taken down super early in the fight, and
Deadly Flourish being the flower,
yes,
is better. No stun of the wall. Knight's going to get out of this. Credit to Hung for looking for the play. LGD do need gold, and that can come in the form of champions as well. Just started. LGD trying to make their way into the river. Tangyuan still has Equalizer available. Baron half HP.
They're looking for this whole turn here, actually. The arrow comes out. Got to keep his eye on the keeper's verdict for Hung. Here it is. Miss again.
Knight with the Between Worlds can't go over the wall. Encore is going to connect. BLG do get the Baron, and they get out. The rest of LGD not really able to follow up on this, and Bin going to be safe.
An ult, but they have the cease and desist.
Halfway up cooldown on this Equalizer. Crisp has got to get out from the Between Worlds. So does Hung, but he's not so lucky. Hung is going to be taken down by Knight. BLG find another pick. They've got Baron. They've got Elder Dragon behind them. The BLG are focused forward. Their instincts on kill as LGD forced to retreat back to the base. Though LGD started this game well, BLG have taken firm control in the mid-game, and 30 minutes in, they're looking for a little bit more than just an Elder. They are looking to fish for the end of the game. Bertle going to deny that from the side.
Engage potential in LGD. The Elder is burning fast. Tangyuan has Equalizer up, but the Elder's already gone. They just have to watch, and honestly, maybe even watch as the game just ends.
That guy should be dead. Flash Encore brings him right back. Soul Unbound was always going to do it anyway. BLG pick up the pick. And now Shun, who has ult, mind you, can guarantee the death of at least one other person. This looks like the end of the game in favor of BLG. This best of 3 gonna go the distance, as BLG have an unquestionable, certainly undeniable advantage. Tangyuan's got the Equalizer back up, but I don't think you can equalize this, Jay Beto.
And maybe you could get the wave. Nice flash out from Shaoya to avoid the damage, but here the next wave's in. You could maybe put Equalizer on Viper.
Get GA'd. Will Viper still alive and still firing as Tangyuan gets executed as well. Double kill for Viper, and BLG are having a little bit of fun with a game that they have stacked up in their favor from the beginning. Yeah, BLG have my favor, and I would say especially with the LeBlanc lock-in, LGD have my attention. I'm curious what it'll look like with Tangyuan on another champion that, like the Akali, can outplay, but we have to remember...
good into the exhaust, good into the... I think, was he spotted or no?
No, it missed him. That is bad. This is a dead bot lane. Flash forward from Shun. It feels almost like too much, but a flash forward and a bubble is going to be enough to secure it. That is a beautiful and crafty first blood from BLG. Way up, but this is already halfway gone. LGD should be able to secure it, especially with the Rend.
Oh, early.
See if they're actually able to. Tangyuan absorbs a lot of the focus from Shun. Dragon goes over to LGD, but the team fight maybe not going to go that way. Xiaoya unable to get the kill and the reset, so it'll be 2 kills to BLG, both of them going to Shun in response for this Dragon. A trade?
You know the game I'm talking about?
I could see this being an issue, though, as Shun showing up on the top side is going to help Bin get a little further ahead, because this is a dead Yorick. And a dead Yorick in a losing matchup will probably become that way again.
Yeah, the level 6 from Shun comes through and able to get that first ult value. Crisp hovers here in mid and comes for a little visit as Shun didn't actually see who got that grub, but Hong not in the best position.
Got to disengage. Fortunately, Bubble's going to go wide on him, but that means that at least 2 Void Grubs will go the way of BLG, and we'll get to see in the UI in a second.
Yeah. Be a good soul as well as Hong finds the Nature's Grasp.
Nobody else is here, by the way. This is no damage for the side of LGD. Trying to hold on for a little while as Xiaoya does appear on the fight, but that's about enough time for Viper to show up here as well, and even a flash from Xiaoya not going to save him. LGD start a fight they cannot finish, and as a result, lose their AD carry and the Dragon.
I just want to clarify. Hong starts a fight that he can't finish. Again, very similar to the Poppy look. Like you mentioned, LGD just not there. We're talking about Dragon stacking potentially being a win con for LGD. Now that's gone as well. BLG will deny the stacking pretty early in the game. Get the first one for them as we see what soul it is. And it is Cloud Soul on Corki Nami.
And Bin has taken this series, at the very least, to both stumble and to maybe warm up a bit. The Jace is something that throughout the season I could see him doing both well and poorly on, depending on the matchup. And in this particular game, it feels like he's been afforded a lot of room on the Yorick. The rest of LGD, however, do grab a free Dragon. BLG have to have known that this was going over. They didn't make any plays that intentionally sacrificed this Drake for, say, a kill on the top side, but giving over the Dragon is never seen Melvin attempt to fly by jumping up in the air. And
I was just like, I've never seen that, and I thought I missed the clip of him jumping in a circle. TP in top, Battle under fire again. Probably dead this time.
Flashless, yeah. No Melvin-like performances to come out of him now. Plus 370 for Bin, and Bertle is getting abused. Checked when it came out. That game came out in like 2005 or something. And as I was playing it, I was like, you know, this is a pretty good game. Like, this is even for right now, this is a good game. If that game came out in 2005, it would have blown my bananas away. That like, oh my god, what a technical marvel in 2005?
If I'm right, if I remember correctly, what created the Dark Souls genre, and Dark Souls was coming out at the same time and did not hold up at all to like you said, the technological level that God of War was at.
Bounties on almost everyone, and second item complete on Knight as well. That guy will blow someone up, and that someone might just be Hung.
He's trying.
Forced to flash away on the Maokai. Certainly not going to get access to the pit. Will he eat the ult from Knight? Press the R button.
Bye-bye.
He's not even going to do it. That's disrespectful.
He didn't even need to unleash his power. That was leashed power, Knight. And he did that much damage. Pretty scary. He's also going Ludens, like not the Blackfire build, so he'll do more burst damage in general. But has less, overall ability haste. And is going towards, I believe, like a Shadow Flame. Bit of an interesting build from Knight.
Yeah, because I mean, LGD, they are being crushed by the weight of the BLG boulder right now, and with power still leashed, he did use that elsewhere. Knight is going to help pick up another kill. That is
I've actually never had it, but Knight is having some kills here.
Is it as delicious as that play? Some tiramisu is.
I've never had it. I actually don't know what it is. I know it's really popular, and I know Orcs really likes it, but I've never had it.
Is it fair? That tilt's think I'm being judgmental, and I'm trying to work on that. So
That's okay. No, it is something
I
that is
love and
okay to
accept
be
you.
judgmental.
yeah. Listen.
I'll have to work on myself. Look, I'll wait till the off season. Instead of working on my casting, I'm just going to have a really solid take on tiramisu.
And Shun, he's got ult to start a fight at any time. It looks like Hung is going to start the fight. Ill-advised, but fair enough. Somebody's got to do it. He doesn't commit his whole body to the play. So Hung gets out of this one alive. We've got Bertle going for the Hail Mary push on the top side. It is a Yorick after all, so maybe he just wins the game. Can he win the game faster than BLG, though? We're racing. Oh,
Hostile
Xiaoyi's
takeover
dead.
is nice, but double kill for Knight. They're killing the Viper, but just feels like the game is just falling apart. Crisp is going to die here. Just stands, he knows. The game is over. Bertle will take a base. But his base is completely broken open.
If I'm Bertle, to be honest, I'm not recalling here. But, you know, you want to give the game your best shot, and that is what he's going to do. Bin explodes Tong Yuan's face with the hammer. It was the version of Arcane that was not allowed to be aired. And BLG, they can win the game right now. I think they're going to go for it. They've got the Baroned up minions with them. Hong and Bertle are going to be essentially paper. But then we'd have nothing to compare Xiaoyu to on this Callista, who is, again, not really able to do anything. The respawn timers have come in, and BLG, I suppose, wary of overextending and of throwing away a gargantuan lead and embarrassing themselves. I think they can fish for the end of the game. Like, they don't really need Baron. Yeah, there's nothing going on here but a 12,000 gold lead and Xiaoyu being exploded on your screen. Tong Yuan is doing nothing. Xiaoyu is not going to get to. Viper is isolated and assassinated by Hung and Bertle, so LGD do find a win here, picking up Viper, and ultimately unable to escape, it looks like. Bin gonna pick up the kill on the Yorick. Shun flashing on the full health Hung to destroy him before even taking 200 damage. And it's Crisp and Tong Yuan left to watch the Nexus fall. We'll see if Bin can clean some of that up real quick. But it is a 28-minute game. We might hit 29 if BLG decide to play around a little more. But a 12,000 gold lead is going to say plenty. LGD are flattened by BLG in game number 3.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.